Mad Dog EDC coming at you here with another episode. Today we have a special knife on the table. This is the Tesseract Tactical NF1. Now, I've talked about this knife many times. You've seen it in all of my EDC carries. We even gave this away when our YouTube channel hit 1,000 subscribers. My nephew was actually the one who won it in a fair drawing, sharing some EDC pictures throughout the day. This knife is a fantastic EDC blade. I have put this knife through its paces. Y'all know the strain and stress that I put on my tools, and this knife has held up to it. S35VN steel. It has an incredible heat treat. It takes an incredible edge and holds it for a while. The blade shape, this sheep foot design, it's a slicer. The thing's, I mean, it is a liner lock, but this knife is set on some ball bearings. It's got a fantastic pivot point to it. The design of it and where it sits, it's just absolutely smooth operation. The designer of it, you can kind of see how these scales are designed. And I've talked to several other people that own this knife, that it just fits your hand so well. Like, it is molded to the shape of the human hand, more so than some other knives. You know, the Spyderco smock we've got right here. This is more just a straight setup. The Protech mordax right here, again, we kind of just have some more straighter lines and all. The Giant Mouse GMF1, kind of the same thing. You've got some better finger shape here. This is kind of more in line of this here, but again, just that thickness of it. It looks like it's a super fat blade or a super fat knife compared to some others. However, that beefiness of it, that thickness of it, really does fit in the hand very well. You have a lot of control over this knife. The jimping could be just a little bit deeper. And I've had my blade custom done, so it normally it's just a stonewash blade. You can see my liners have been bronzed. The hardware's been bronzed. The pocket clip, the pivot, everything there has been bronzed out, and then the blade was battle worn for me. You have this nice back spacer there, Tesseract Tactical. Let me turn it around here so you can see better. There we go. And then, I don't know, yeah, look at that, NF1, and we have number 5 here. So, I've carried this thing a lot, but I haven't done a very in-depth review of this. Like another impression video of this knife. I have really enjoyed carrying this knife. It for a while it was kind of one of my top favorites. It kind of got knocked out when I went to my Spyderco Shaman, but it's just absolutely smooth. The design of the knife is just a really intuitive knife. It pocket carries very well. It doesn't stick up too high out of your pocket. You can kind of see that there. Let's get this over to the camera better. It doesn't really stick up too high the way the pocket clip sits, so it's a pretty low rider in the pocket. Now, the pocket clip is interesting. You see this screw here on the top. This screw can come out, this screw can come out, and this screw can come out, and you can flip this around and actually carry this pocket clip on the left-hand side. So it's actually set up besides the locking mechanism, obviously, but it can be carried on the left-hand side or the right-hand side. Again, I said, you know, it's got the cage bearings in there, titanium liners, G10 scales, S35VN steel. There's not really much that you can't love about this knife. It's got a lot of high-end features in it, a lot of good design, made by a small United States company that just has a lot of great dudes working for it. Greg Lorett, the designer of this knife, did just an amazing job of it. I can't stop talking about how well this knife really does fit in the pocket and how well it really does carry, because it just does. I mean, it just works. There's not much else you can say about it. So, as far as holding up in dirt, holding up in mud, holding up in wet conditions that that it sees every single day, even during the summertime, this knife, I could open this knife up and you would see just sweat all on this knife, just soaked, because Alabama summers, let me tell you, they can be just brutal. This knife never really complained. I've had this knife so full of dirt and everything, and the ball bearings never had an issue. Now, I did, with my shaman, you know, I did get this locked up one time where it just would not close. There's a good size comparison for you as well. Kind of see the size of this knife. You may be more familiar with this one. Again, we also have the Protech mordax that we can put beside it right there. And there is that Spyderco smock. So you can kind of see it's a great EDC size, fits well in the pocket. But let me flip it over right here so we can not be laying on the pocket clips. And you can see it is definitely fatter than the other knives. Let's see if we can get a good comparison like this here. That's not bad right there. That's not bad. So, in harsh conditions, I'm very impressed with the way that the knife held up. Really, all four of these knives that I've just had out right here have held up extremely well to everything that I personally have been able to throw at them. But this knife has taken everything like a champ. It has chopped, it has dug, it has sliced, it, you know, it's done everything and more that I really asked it to do. So I would highly, highly recommend going to TesseractTactical.com, checking out the NF1, purchasing one of those. I believe we still have a coupon code for the knife. I will have to check on that and make sure that that has not expired. I will update that in the comments at that time, but it does save you $25. If it is still active, it does save you $25 on the purchase of this knife, bringing it down to about $175 shipped. So in that $150 to $200 price range, falling right down in the middle of it, just a banger of an EDC knife. Now the bead and the lanyard are done by Casey of Basement Bench brand. That is Fordite, and it just fits really well with the orange liners of the knife. So, our review of the Tesseract Tactical NF1. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, share the video, and we'll see you on the next one. Carry what you want, when you want, and how you want. Mad Dog out.